example. So if I have a boss and he is Latino and he fires me because he's black, just because he is higher up than me does not mean that that was racist.
So
it was wrong. It wasn't right. He would get in trouble for it, but
wait, it's not racist?
It wasn't.
Wait, not racist.
No, it wasn't racist. It was prejudice because it wasn't systemic.
Well, can I ask
Systematic racism is one thing and racism is another.
It's just
I can say I don't like you because you're this or whatever. That doesn't mean I have the power to change your life. I can say I don't like nobody in here because of their color, but if it can't impact how they move and how they can take care of themselves, there's no power behind it. The power in it is I'm hurting your feelings. Systematic racism is when they create redlining and unfair banking practices to prevent people from upward mobility. Those are not the same things. What the hell is you talking about?
I want to say racism is just ignorance. It's not power. It's just of like not knowing.
Yeah, systematic racism is not the same as racism.
To people, you don't want to understand other sides. You just took out a whole group.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Hypothetical scenario. A group of black men beat up a white person because he's white. Is that racism?
It's wrong, but they are not racist.
Okay. And then, so I'm trying to figure out the hierarchies.
Technically.
What about what if he's Asian?
Let's look up the definition.
No, what
I
if he's
think
Asian?
she's talking about like the actual definition versus like what people's interpretation of the word is.
A group of
It's
Asian,
two totally different things.
a group of Asian men beat up a black person, because he's black. Is that racist?
No.
Oh my God.
So wait, a group of white people.
I'm going off of the definition. So if you want to be technical, that's true.
A group of white people beat up a black person, racist, right? Is the only group that can be racist towards black people then is white people?
We're in the U.S.
Huh?
I'm a mixed kid, and that is not true. No.
This conversation is just taking. We're gone.
I mean, I'm not trying to speak for you, but I think you're talking about the literal definition of racism versus prejudice.
I want to say I'm mixed. My white side hates my black side. My black side hates the white side. They hate each other.
So if I were to go over there and slap her just because I say I don't like white people, that's not racist.
I'm talking about the literal definition.
What is the literal definition?
What is the literal
That's what I just said. Look it up.
But what is racist to you? What is racist to you?
Look up the definition.
I'm not asking to look up the definition. Obviously I can, but I'm asking
Go
you.
off, queen.
I'm asking you, what is your definition of racism?
Just look up the definition.
I'm black. I don't need to look up the definition of racism.
We're just asking what's yours.
I'm asking you, what is your, not
I'm telling you to look up the definition and read it. Okay, then don't come at me.
What is your definition, not the dictionary's definition?
Dictionary, not the dictionary. I wasn't correcting. I was just.
Also,
we got it.
What is it? What you got?
Because what she's saying is really disturbing, because it's like the boy who cried wolf. There's real racist situations that'll be ignored because of the goofy shit you just said. That don't make no damn sense. Systematic racism. If I'm black and somebody from the neighborhood that's white and we say, yo, get out of here, white boy, and beat him up, that's racist. Is it systematically racism? No, because we don't have a system backing us to prevent them from upward mobility. But discriminating anybody based on race, gender, it's
discrimination.
It's racism because it's based on their race. It's discrimination when you're saying I don't like you because I don't like what you're wearing. I don't like your shirt. That's discrimination. But if I'm doing it solely based on race, it's racism. So racism, prejudice, discrimination, or antagonism by an individual, community, or institution against a person or people on the basis of their membership in a particular racial or ethnic group, typically one that is minority or marginalized. The belief that different races possess distinct characteristics, abilities, or qualities, especially so as to distinguish them as inferior or superior to one another. So what are you talking about?
Okay, now look up who can be racist.
Anybody. We don't have to look it up. We're grown as hell.
You tell us. No, you tell us.
No, I'm asking you to look it up.
We don't have to.
I'm asking you to look it up.
Yeah, but it's
use your brain.
Everybody can be racist.
No, but it's your claim. It's your claim. So who can be racist?
Black people?
I already
You're
told
racist
you.
based on the goofy shit you just said. Because it don't make no damn sense. You just said that white people can only be racist. That don't make no sense.
Let's not attack each other on this.
That's just goofy though, because people only be getting messed up over real racism. This is not it.
Into the mic. Wait. Why don't you tell us who can be racist?
I already said my opinion.
Wait, I'll ask them. Can Asian people be racist?
I'm not going to say anything else because you guys are attacking me, so it doesn't really matter what I have to say.
No,
I'm asking for clarification.
No, don't do that because you're like,
oh, you don't want anything from me over here. I'm gonna let you have it, and over there, I'm gonna let you.
Wait, okay, guys. So, okay, just answer the question. I'm not attacking you. I'm trying to.
No, I think I'm done with that.
I'm trying to understand your worldview. Okay. Can Asian people be racist?
I told you I'm done.
Well, that's intellectual cowardice.
Well, no, because
how about we?
I haven't attacked you.
How about a different question?
Well, okay, fine.
Do you view the word prejudice in the way that he said? So he said.
That was the definition.
Wait, hold on. Can I?
No, go ahead.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You said racism versus systematic racism in your comparison, and she said racism versus prejudice. Do you align your version of prejudice to his version of regular racism?
correct.
That's what I'm trying to say. You guys are talking about the same thing, just using different words.
They're definitely not talking about the same thing.
But that's sisterhood. That's that sisterhood shit. That's the sisterhood.
They're definitely not talking about the same thing.
I know not. I know. I'm saying.
I was gonna
what
say they're
people portray.
not.
But that's the shit they be trying to do. You want to tag her in because you're trying to defend her. Let her defend her own argument. She didn't make no damn sense.
I feel like she's getting ganged up on, and she's
Not making sense.
What I was taught in school was that racism is systematic.
We're still
That
going.
is wrong. It is wrong.
It's
It is
the same-
very wrong.
All right,
It is
man.
All right.
absolutely 100% wrong. This is 2024. It is wrong.
Go off.
That is
Queen.
wrong. Like,
What did you learn on your own? Do you have a library? Have you Googled anything? Have you bought a book to teach you what it is instead of just listening to what people say? Like, what study have you done on your own?
Two black people versus one black person.
That's why I asked you to look up the definition.
We did.
He did.
And we just read it
He
to
read
you.
it to you.
That wasn't my notes.
I gotta sit this one out.
Well,
You guys gotta-
obviously.
No, I'm good, man. I'm good.
Shit.
I'm tired.
But this all stemmed from because I just asked, can you be sexist towards men? And you said no. And you said like it's the same way like how you can't be racist like towards white people or black people. Like so, really, we'll move off of the race thing. Let's go to the sexist thing. Let's say a company that's owned by women, they refuse to hire men. Is that sexist?
It's wrong.
She literally can't. Hold on.
That's the sisterhood. It's a mindset.
You literally okay.
It's discriminatory.
Wait, so just to be clear, let's say this is this company is a public, let's go ahead and split this. This company is a publicly traded company. It's worth billions of dollars. The board is made up entirely of women. They control the board. They are all in the HR department. They handle all the hiring. They refuse to hire men. Is that sexist?
I think I already told you my answer.
So I don't know how else to actually like articulate this. So you don't think those women have power? So these are the board of directors all the women on the board of directors, they're millionaires, and they're looking to hire a male janitor who's.
I'm not saying that they don't have power.
Hold on. So these women are all millionaires. They're all on the board of directors, okay? And they're looking to hire a male janitor, right? But they refuse to because, and this man, he's an immigrant, and he's living in poverty. Who has the power in this situation?
Based off of how I learned.
No. Not what you learned. Listen to the words I'm saying. Like put it through your mind here.
But I already told you that the women have the power in this situation.
But this meets your own definition, right? So I'm even like using your I disagree with your definition, but I'm using your definition. You said prejudice plus power. You just granted that the women have you grant, right, that the women in this situation have the power, correct? Mm-hmm. So this meets your definition, right? So you must concede that this is sexism.
I think we can just agree to disagree.
This is
no. This is like crazy.
This is but I'm glad people saying this is on some Manchurian candidate shit. Like as you can see, this feminism shit is a demonic spirit, yo.
I don't think that has nothing to do with feminism. That has nothing to do with feminism.
I want to test the logic a little bit. Hold on. I want to test the logic a little here. But let's use a different country. So a white person goes to China. Can they be racist towards him?
No.
Whoa,
based off of the definition, like a white person.
But racism said nothing. Racism had nothing to do with one race. Like it's race.
So just to be clear,
systemic power.
It's not whiteism. It's not whiteism. It's racism.
It's not blackism. It's not Mexism.
Change this one. Change this.
Racism. Races. There's more than one race.
Yo, let's stop calling it common sense. It's uncommon sense.
Okay.
Wait. So no. Hold on. So a white person goes to China. Who has all the power in China? Chinese people or white people? Okay. They have all the power.
Check.
They have all the systemic power, right? Mm-hmm. The Chinese people have systemic power in China. Can't believe I'm even saying this. A white person goes to China. Can the Chinese be racist towards the white person?
Yes.
You literally just said no.
I thought you said, could the white person be racist towards the Chinese person?
Okay. All right. At least you're somewhat consistent in your worldview, because I was about to say that'd be ridiculous.
Yeah, sorry, I misunderstood.
Okay, so if a white person goes to Africa, would this also apply? And like an African country that's like 99.99% black, can the black people be racist in that African country, racist to the white person in that country?
Correct.
Okay, at least you're consistent in this application here. So is there any, I assume then for you, there's no country in which a woman can be sexist towards men?
Not that I know of.
Okay, so I'm just confused here though. So, well, what about a country where the woman is the head of state?
Does that change the power dynamic in that country?
Well, I suppose it could still be patriarchal, even if with a woman head of state. Could it? I don't know. This is wait. Okay. The richest woman in the world, who probably got it through divorce, but the richest woman in the world, she's looking to hire a Mexican immigrant to do what's the term for it?
Labor?
Yard work.
Labor.
Landscaping?
Landscaping, thank you. Hires a Mexican immigrant, a male Mexican immigrant to do, oh great, but now it's going to get like intersectional and you're going to be like, oh, but he's a Mexican immigrant, so okay. Okay, who has the power in that situation?
The woman is hiring the immigrant?
Okay, fuck, I should not have introduced the immigrant. Okay, the richest woman in the world hires a white man from a middle class background to do landscaping for her. Who has the power?
What race is the woman? I'm confused.
She's white.
Well,
and it's a white man.
And the situation in terms of employment, the woman does. But in terms of...
She refuses to hire him because... I don't know where all these female landscapers are, but she refuses to hire him because he's a man. Okay. Is that sexist?
Then my answer is going to be the same. It's discrimination.
I actually, my previous example was better. This company, the whole board is women, and they're looking to hire a janitor, but they refuse to hire a male janitor because he's male. Is that sexist?
Sorry, repeat the question.
Okay. How about this? Let me reverse it. A company that everybody on the board of directors, they're all male. They're looking to hire a cleaning lady. somebody to clean the office, but they refuse to hire a female cleaning lady because she's a woman. Is that sexist?
Yes, they're all male.
So why is it different when women do it to men?
I don't know how else to like.
This is dangerous because there's people that really think like this in the world and will fuck somebody's life up with this dumbass rhetoric. Like, this shit is crazy.
You're talking about feminism, and I heard you say that feminism is like witchcraft. And as much as I think
I said what she's talking about in this mentality.
I heard it.
Forget feminism.
All right.
This mentality that she has and other women have, where they can stand in the face of logic and say no, is demonic to me. That's my statement.
Okay, that's
I'm standing
demonic.
Did you just call me demonic?
It's under mind control. It doesn't make no damn sense.
Can we not call each other
I said
names?
it's demonic. The mind state is demonic. You're not demonic. You're not a demon. But that mind mentality, when you can say women imposing their power is not sexist, but men doing it is sexist, that's extremely biased.
Last one. Let's say, I know you were probably very upset that Trump won. I'm sorry. I know you were very upset. Hey, why is this visible here? We should not have these hats visible. Do you want a hat?
I'm straight, man.
Okay. Trump didn't win the election, right? Kamala wins. Same scenario. She's looking to hire a janitor in the White House. She refuses, Kamala Harris, she won the presidency. She refuses to hire a man because he is a man. And he's applying for a janitor position. Is that sexist?
Are you asking me?
Yeah, I'm obviously asking you.
Oh no, you were looking that way, so.
Oh, I'm just looking into the distance.
My answers are still going to be the same.
Yeah,
I don't know if they're just different questions, but they all have the same answer.
No, just answer the question. Just answer the question.
It's the same answer.
Yeah, what's the answer?
It's the same thing.
So no.
No.
Is it no?
Yes, it's the same thing.
So Kamala Harris, who is in charge of the executive branch of the United States government, which is a system, she's the most powerful, arguably the most powerful person in the world now that she's president, United States, most powerful country in the world, leader of said country. She has the power. She has the prejudice. It meets your own, I'm using your own definition of sexism. How is she not sexist?
I already told you.
This is a perfect example of cognitive dissonance.
Oh.
Part of
I'm using your definition.
Though, right? Like
she can't even save her. No, don't. It's all right. Let her go. You can't save her. You can't keep saving her. Let her die on
Okay,
you can't save her.
Because
okay, here, try to help her.
Okay,
Phone a friend.
I believe that you can obviously be sexist to men, and I think that based off of on the basis of sex, which we know, like, was solidified in our, I guess, legislator by Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That being said, I think what the disconnect is verbiage, because sometimes people have different verbiage of like what they interpret as prejudice versus racism versus systematic racism.
No, but I'm
like,
using her definition. I'm literally using her definition, and she won't.
She said power and
She won't even grant it. She will not even grant it.
What would you call that, like, situation, I suppose?
What would I call it?
Yeah, like if
It's crazy.
like if it wasn't what word would you use instead of sexist, I suppose?
I know it's late.
Got it.
No.
Is this the first, like, just curious, I'm not trying to be mean, is this the first time you've ever heard, like, a dissenting opinion on this?
I've heard, different.
And by the way, I know, like, maybe as a white man, I mean, but you've had two African-American individuals. Do you guys prefer black? Do you prefer black? Sorry, I'm really white, so I don't know what's
doesn't matter
Does it,
to most
is it
people.
I mean, for the sake of this conversation, it don't even matter. I have my opinion on that. I don't like the, black and white. No one's really literally black. Nobody's literally white. But that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, I'm kind of like pink. I'm pink.
Yeah, I'm brown.
People need to identify me properly as a pink person. I'm a pink person. Now, wow, you would not do well on a date with her.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm a little autistic. Autism.
Now, okay, so it's just like using your own definition. Even then, you won't even grant it.
That's extreme bias. That's sexist.
All right. Yeah, it is kind of like to say.
She's not to be offensive, but you are sexist. It's obvious.
But
like your mindset is fixated on men are the problem, and no matter what argument comes to you, because I'll acquiesce to it.
I never said men are the problem.
You ain't got to say it. You saying it without saying it. You don't need to say it. You literally, we gave you two scenarios that are identical, and you couldn't say, yeah, that woman's being sexist. You couldn't say it. So that means your mind is already fixated and made up that women can never be imposed any type of force on men. Your mind is already made up. Your bias is held. Own it.
If there's a country where women have majority power.
That's not the point.
No. I'm answering. You said that in every case that I would be sexist towards men. So if women had majority power,
he just gave you a scenario of that, and you still denied it. We all seen it. It's recorded.
She's saying that even if Kamala won the presidency, there would still be a patriarchy. There's still it would still be like men in power. But do you agree that there's micro and macro level stuff?